I'm Councillor Stephen Giles Medhurst, the leader of Three Rivers District Council. I'm here at Basing House, at the home of the Three Rivers Museum. And last Tuesday, the council unanimously agreed a new lease arrangement to ensure Three Rivers Museum remains in perpetuity, I hope, in this area for a long time to come. And I'm here with Fabian Hiscock, Chairman of the Trustees and the Museum, to tell us what it means for the museum. Thank you.
Stephen, this is a seriously important development in the life of the museum. We've been here since 1987, strongly supported by the council and a tenant under existing arrangements. This extension of our lease gives us a real assurance that we will be able to continue to tell the story. What was it like to live and work around here, certainly for the next generation, and allow us to not only continue, but to develop and take forward the work that we want to do in presenting that story to the people of this district.
Thank you, Fabian. Would you like to show us some of the artefacts you've got here for Fabian?
Well, let's start right here. We tell the stories. The diaries of the local farmer John White in the second half of the 19th century tell us the story of what Rickmansworth and the area around here, Croxley Green, Maple Cross. What was that story in the second half of the 19th century? And we have this exhibition presenting the diaries and all that meant. Three big inns, well, relatively big inns in what was a small town. The Swan, the George and the Bell stood side by side in what was the High Street and the area behind it. And here we have a display of the story of the Swan as the most important inn in Rickmansworth.
So that comes from 1799?
Yes, the inn is much older.
Right.
But this piece of genuine historical artefact was installed in 1799, and it's a piece of code stone. And people can look on the internet to see why code stone is important, but it is, and it's part of our story. Here we have from Chorleywood, the butcher's pay boom, most important to keep the money separate from the meat. And this was typical of butcher shops all over the country, certainly around here. And this one came from Chorleywood just after the war.
And of course you've got this marvellous display which
Yes.
you had done for us for the 50th anniversary of Three Rivers, but of course it goes back far more than just Three Rivers.
It does, and the idea of this was to just encapsulate, just to present the story as it was over the last, from the Jurassic period when we started. So good old history, but elements of the story of the area all across Three Rivers. So Rickmansworth Cricket Club is there, so is the Oxley Chapel, so is the Croxley Great Barn, so is the mineral water works. Frankly, it's a very important local business. Watercress, the First World War and what it meant. The first films at the picture, all this sort of thing just captured in 50 pieces of wonderful needlework put together by our volunteers, not only from the museum but from the community of Three Rivers as well. And then of course here we have normal museum sort of displays, all part of the story of, in this case, Roman Britain. There's good reason to think that Roman occupation around here for several hundred years was a really important part of the development of agriculture. So here we have some displays of that period and afterwards. And some of the medieval tables, some Stone Age tools, an interesting industry here, 5,000–10,000 years ago.
I mean, this is fascinating, and actually it's on everyone's doorstep here in Rickmansworth, isn't it, at the end of the day?
It's a service for everybody to use and enjoy.
Yeah, and so I'd encourage anyone who sees this video or hears about the museum to come and visit here and see about some of the local history. You don't need to go into central London, it's on your doorstep here in Three Rivers, and it tells you more about where you currently live.
And we'd be very happy to welcome you with open arms.
Thank you very much, Fabian.